Hi, I'm Tad the Diet Coach, and today I'm going to talk about eggs, or more importantly, egg whites versus egg yolks. I got this question from a former client of mine. Wanted to know if what was better, if you should eat the yolks or if you should just eat egg whites. A lot of people don't like just egg whites; they like the taste of whole eggs for flavor, and that's usually the fat. The fat adds a lot of flavor. But whether you're eating like a normal egg or whether you do it in what I like to usually do, which is I get like or these organic egg whites, and they're just whites, so there's nothing added to it. A lot of the other egg white substitutes that you find like at Costco and things like that have some added flavors and spices and things like that that I don't really like the taste of. And this is organic, and as well as it is just the egg white, so it's been pasteurized, but it's just the egg white, so you can cook it up normally. It looks normal, looks like egg whites, and then of course, but the question at hand is really. Is eating the yolks really bad for you? Calorically speaking, it's where most of the calories reside because most of the fat is in the yolk. And generally speaking, it's about 5 grams of fat per yolk that you get. There's no fat in egg whites. There's about 4 grams of protein in an egg white. In an extra large egg white, and then of course there's almost as much. There's usually about the same amount. Well, a little bit less. About 3 grams of protein in a yolk. So you actually get a really high value from eating the yolk as well. So if I was to have a preference, I'd say eat both, as long as your fat content didn't climb too high, depending on how many eggs you're eating, whole eggs you're eating. But most people do a combination of the two, which is what I do, which is egg whites plus a couple of whole eggs. To complement the meal that I'm eating, because it does have extra selenium and extra there's extra vitamins and minerals and things like that that's only found pretty predominantly in the yolks. So it's a really sort of a good complement. The biggest question is, I think a lot of people, there's two things. The one, sodium content. Almost all the sodium, which is about I think about 200 milligrams, a little bit over per egg is found in the white, not in the yolk. But that's really of less concern because sodium levels is of less concern than what most people would like to think, unless you have high blood pressure. But the real concern is cholesterol. Should you consume egg whites because many whole eggs in a week or in a day, because the cholesterol content is relatively high per whole egg. Each whole egg has about 200 or so milligrams of cholesterol. And it was once thought that the cholesterol count, it was important to limit your cholesterol count because elevated amounts of cholesterol in your diet from dairy products and from meat products could elevate your cholesterol level. While this is true temporarily, it's not what constitutes most of the blood. When you get blood work done, it's not what constitutes your rising cholesterol levels. Those are typically manufactured cholesterol that your body manufactures from other components, and not from the ingested cholesterol that you eat. It's usually a non-cholesterol risk issue. Heart disease risk issue. If you're consuming cholesterol from egg whites, you would have to really be over consuming quite a bit, and that's just not something that most people are willing to do, especially when you have all the fat that's associated with the yolk as well. It would be just too filling. Usually after a couple of eggs, whole eggs, most people are pretty full in terms of what they can eat. So that's the good and the bad. I like egg whites, but I like to complement it with a couple of egg yolks, whole eggs that is. But of course, if you're on an ultra lean contest prep, ultra lean sort of diet, and you have to limit some of the fat you get in, and getting some of those vitamins and minerals from other sources like multivitamins are probably your best bet, and just sticking with egg whites. So that's the nuts and bolts of eggs and egg whites. It's good to cook them. You can drink them, but it's good to cook them because it does denature them. So that's one other side component that eggs are sort of unique in. And when you cook them, it denatures them and helps your body to digest them and absorb them more efficiently. So hopefully that was helpful. This is Tad the Diet Coach saying stay positive, and we'll see you next time.